Hello, this is Sarah Taylor, Engagement Officer for VAST. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about partnerships and consortia, which is another way of looking at partnerships. Commissioners today are obviously talking more and more about partnerships and consortia, so this is just intended as a little basic guide into why this is becoming more and more important. First off, a couple of reasons for why you want to form a consortia or partnership. It makes full use of scarce resources. Obviously, resources are becoming fewer and far between, particularly funding, so it's useful to pool all of those together in order to deliver. It allows us to focus on what we're good at. One partner may bring a particular skill set to the table that would otherwise be a stretch for the other to provide. It also develops capacity by learning new skills through partnership working. Partnership working is a really good way of sharing best practice across the sector. To make the organisation more sustainable through access to a greater range of funding, partnership working looks really credible and professional if it's done effectively, and this looks fantastic to funders. I'll go on to talk a bit more about what funders are looking for and why they like partnership working in a moment. It offers a more joined up holistic services for our service users, so it enables us to sort of come together around the table and create a package that's tailored to that service user. So why are partnerships popular with funders? Love it or hate it, partnerships and consortia are increasingly popular with funders. It reduces duplication of services to create more joined up services. They lower costs and lower overheads if you're sharing perhaps premises, for example. And it ensures sufficient capacity. It means you've got more people to deliver more, perhaps across an expanded area. And it also enhances your bargaining power. It means that you've got more people around the table. As I said before, you're a more credible organisation, you look very professional working together, and it gives you a bit more clout. So different types of partnership working. There's your informal network. This is where there's no separate legal status. So basically, it's possibly based on a loose partnership agreement. Members separately bid for their own funds for one project, and they tend to sort of work in connection with each other, but will still have their own funds. Then we have the partnership with a lead body. This is where a commissioner will commission a lead organisation to lead several other consortium members in a particular project. So perhaps we're commissioning for children's services, for example. A lead organisation may be responsible for the overall budget. They'll probably take a 10% slice off the top for their management fee, and they'll then manage what the consortium members underneath them deliver, and they'll decide how that is allocated. There's lots of different sort of discussions going on with this model at the moment. As partnership working increases, then we find that these sorts of things are playing out differently in different areas. Then we've got the formal consortium set up as a new company. This is a formally constituted separate legal entity, and it's independent. So usually it will be several members coming together to create perhaps a registered charity or a company limited by guarantee. So they've all come together at one single point of contracting, a central management unit, and that is separate from the individual members' organisations. So things to consider. How would your organisation and your clients or users benefit from working with another organisation? Have you identified the right partners? Have you got people with the right skills around the table? What can you bring to the table that others can't? You know, perhaps you have a unique selling point that you can add to a project. How will it benefit each other? How can you actually make sure that you're getting the most out of this partnership working? Or who could lose out? Is there anyone at risk of missing out on the project? So how can VAST help? There are several ways that we can help you when thinking about partnership working. We do provide training on partnership working and consortia. We can provide some intense support if there's some business planning that needs to go ahead before a partnership or consortia is formed. And we can also help with the forming of the consortia or partnership itself. If you'd like to speak to any of us, you can just call us on the VAST number, ask to speak to your local engagement officer. That number is 0300 303 86.
Created using Powtoon.